over the last 6 to 9 months, I've had quite a few conversations with my clients about leadership changes that I expect to see happening in 2024. And a lot of those shifts have begun to occur. And let me believe that, this information could be helpful for a lot of you out there. So here we are. So with that, let me help you stay ahead of the curve with some leadership shifts that are coming in 2024. In my opinion, the time of the guru is coming to an end. Guru in this case is going to be those individuals who rightfully so are masters of their craft, that have learned and gleaned a bit of information from years of study, and they've got their mastery figured out to the point to where they can come in and they've said, hey, I've got this bit of information. Here you go, world. Do with it as you see fit. And it's been great to get. And in the last 10 years, we've just had an immense amount of information and these great ideas, these fundamental shifts in the way that we look at the world have come to us. However, we need to have time to digest it, right? And let me give you an example. It's like Dan Sullivan and his Who Not How. It's a very profound idea to put in front of small business owners, and leaders of all, of businesses of all size and organizations. It's not when you have a problem, how do I fix this? It's who can I hire to, fix this for me, right? That is what the profound idea was. And it's been great. Small business owners now have the opportunity to then use that information to, help them out. The issue that we're running into, though, and it's a cascading effect. It's not a bad issue, mind you, but it's, okay, got this great idea came up. Everyone's perspective shifts a little bit. Now somebody else, because their perspective shifted, they now see something in a new way, offer up a new insight, which then shifts everybody. And it kind of cascades from there to the point where we're at right now, which is saturation. We have so many great ideas out there that industry needs time to digest these, right? Think of it like a wave coming in, and now we're at the peak of this thing, and we've got to figure out, how to use some of these amazing ideas that are out there in the world in a way that, balances with what we need to do in order to, keep the lights on, keep the doors open, And this happens every time. This isn't like a new thing. It always comes in waves. There are these grand ideas that come in waves, and then there's a quiet period where, okay, now we're going to be testing all these hypotheses that have been put out there by these, rightfully so brilliant people who have had these great insights, and they deserve every bit of credit that they get. But industry's at the point now where it's just like, hey, I'm going to take a break for a minute. And this is going to be, probably 7 years of solid just, we've got to figure this out. Give us some time, and then we'll get right back into it again. Which is going to lead to this, which is going to be, again, back to basics, I think is going to be back in style. And that is, by back to basics, what I mean is, this is our process. This is our checklist in our organization. This is what we do. And we're going to follow this. I appreciate you got these grand ideas, and it's cool. Thank you for that. But we need to make sure that we've got this process ironed out and it is perfected. So that way, when we do need to incorporate new ideas, we have a process to then incorporate them. And it's not just in process, it's in the way that we are communicating with our people. There's a need to get, again, back to basics in those meaningful conversations that between a supervisor and their employee. They need to know how to have those meaningful conversations, which I'm going to talk about at the end of this video. There's a need to understand the basics of finance in businesses, and there isn't unlimited money out there. We need to rein in expenses. We need to make sure that, okay, this is a value-added proposition. Let's go after it and make sure that we are calculating the return on investment. The not exciting buzzword things that are out there are gonna be cool again. So over the next in 2024, and I'm seeing it already because I get so many questions right now from, clients, business owners that I run into, that I meet when I'm out and about, is they're asking very, very detailed questions about, things that they should know. And I just put it that way, that they really should know. And they didn't have to experience the pain of understanding these different ratios and how to manage these different areas of their balance sheet, because money was pretty plentiful for a long time. That's not the case anymore. So again, back to basics, back in style, which is going to lead to, again, discipline and patience is going to be far more essential than moving fast and breaking things. I really do believe that patience and discipline are they're my two favorite words for the last. I was talking to a friend earlier today. I said they're my words for the season right now, are discipline and patience. And I think I'm going to extend this season probably for at least a year. The discipline to follow your process, to make sure everything is done correctly. Because if you do something incorrectly, it's wasted time and energy, which is, again, that affects a lot of people. It affects everybody around, not to mention your clients, right? But also your employees. Want the discipline to follow the process correctly. And it's also going to be the patience. The amount of patience that we're going to need over the next decade is going to be profound. And there's many different reasons. One of them is we have a large number of individuals who are, seasoned in years are going to be retiring, which means we're going to have new C-suite executive, senior manager, VP individuals moving up who are going to need time to learn how to lead from that level. It's one of the reasons I even have a business is executive coaching, to help all of these individuals learn how to do these things, right? But we're also going to need patience for our first line staff. There's a lot of young men and women that are coming into industry that don't have an appreciation for time and energy spent. That there's time. Not simply knowing and reading about how to do something is not the same as doing it. All right, and so we have a lot of young men and women who are coming into industry that are learning that, and it's okay. We all had to go through it too. But because of the knowledge loss that we're getting ready to have at the senior levels with all of this industry experience, we're going to have more patience, again, with the younger folks, which puts middle management. That means you have patience going up and patience down. All right. It's just the way it's going to be. So it's going to be discipline and patience are going to be are far more important, in my opinion, going forward than moving fast and breaking things. So with that, this is going to be launching in Q1 24, and this is about how to have those meaningful conversations with your employees. And this is employees at all levels. So this is CEOs talking with your VPs, other individuals you have in the C-suite, to first line supervisor having that conversation with a brand new employee. It's fascinating. It's something I've coached for 25 years. So I'm excited to get through there. I've been recording videos for it. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Make sure you do the whole like, subscribe, push the little bell thing, everything they tell you to do there. And I will see you next video.